Hello and welcome to my channel, Kuromus here. Today I am back with another ranger build, focused in ranged combat with a touch of dual wield. This will be mainly a ranger multi-classed into thief, with 2 levels of fighter added at the end to get our beloved action surge. We will mainly fight from a distance, but thanks to our ranger and rogue features we will be decent in melee too, allowing for a mixed combat style, which I am a big fan of. Keep in mind, however, that we will be quite squishy, but we will hit hard. We will progress as a ranger until level 5. Our subclass with ranger will be the hunter, and we will pick up a very straightforward passive, Colossus Slayer, that will deal 1d8 damage to wounded enemies once a turn, helping us to finish our enemies. We will have a total of 3d6 of sneak attack, thanks to the 5 levels of thief that we will add to the mix. We can utilize these attacks while hidden or attacking an enemy that is under the effects of ensnaring strike. Finally, the 2 levels of fighter will give us access to a second fighting style. Dual wield is the choice for extra cool points. Keep in mind, the goal of this guide is to show different and creative playstyle that I hope you find inspiring or fun to try. It won't be necessarily be the most powerful build. However, the progression is thought out in a way where you will not need to re-spec unless you want to, and you will stay competitive throughout your adventure. So, for this reason, you may pick any rise and skills you like. Also, feel free to choose the items you feel are the best for each occasion. Finally, for the combat showcase at the end of the video, no elixirs or crazy equipment are used, so you can evaluate the build as it is. Let me know in the comments what are your thoughts on this build, and without more delay, let's begin. We will start our journey as a ranger. Favored enemy we will choose Bounty Hunter, since we'll force the enemy to have disadvantage on their saving throw against our ensnaring strike. For Natural Explorer, we will choose Wasteland Wanderer Fire, since fire is the most common element from what I have seen. As for abilities, we are going to focus into Dexterity and Constitution with a little bit of Wisdom to have access to the Ranger spell list. For skills, you may choose whatever you prefer. We continue our progression in Ranger, and at this level we will get access to our first spells. We are going to choose Ensnaring Strike, as well as a second spell that we can decide. In this case I will go for Long Strider, since having extra mobility is very useful in this game. Hunter's Mark is also good, but we will consume a bonus action, same as the Ensnaring Strike. For fighting style we will go for Archery, as it is the main focus of this build. We reach character level 3 and we will get access to our subclass. For this build we're going to go with the Hunter. Before that we are going to select our 3rd level 1 spell. Now we're going to go with Hunter's Mark, since it's a good alternative for Ensnaring Strike. Next we select our subclass. It is going to be Hunter. And then we choose the Hunter Spray passive. We're going to choose Colossus Slayer. This is triggered passively and it will add 1d8 to any damaged enemy that we hit once per turn. At character level 4 we will get access to our first feat. Keep in mind the second feat will take a while to arrive, so this choice is quite important. Here we can go for Alert or Athlete to round up our dexterity. It will also consume less movement after we are knocked prone, and will increase our jump distance by 50%. I think jumping more is important because if we get the high ground we will have bonifiers to our shooting, which I think is vital for this build. Once we reach character level 5 we will get an extra attack, as well as a 2nd level spell. We can go for Lesser Restoration or Protection from Poison. This will be our last level in the Ranger class. So at character level 6 we will multi-class into Rogue, getting access to our sneak attack, Plus we can specialize in some skills of our choice. This I leave it up to you. At character level 7 we will continue progressing in the rogue class, getting access to cunning action. This will allow us to hide, dash or disengage, spending a bonus action instead of our action. At character level 8 we will get our third level in rogue, getting access to the subclass choice. I decided to go with thief because I really love the versatility and flexibility that you get, while having an extra bonus action. This will also improve our dual wielding capabilities, granting us an extra offhand attack if necessary. We also get to choose a feat. We can go for alert here or just ability improvement. In this case I will go with alert. If your party is very crowd control intensive, you can also consider sharpshooter to greatly boost your damage. At character level 10 we will get our last level of rogue. We get uncanny dodge, that is a toggle we can activate to get half damage. The reason mainly to get this level is to get the last improvement to our sneak attack. And now we will proceed and multi-class into fighter. For our choice of fighting style, we can go for defense or two-weapon fighting. In this case I will go with two-weapon fighting. And finally at character level 12 we get our last level in fighter, which will give us access to action search, which will potentially lead to very high burst damage when we decide to activate it. So for the combat footage, this time I have decided to replay the same combat, since we will have a weapon variation. In the first combat I will be wearing a bow, and in the second one I will be wearing dual hand crossbow. You can see here how I successfully apply the ensnaring strike and I am able to trigger the sneak attack. Once you get access to the rogue class, make sure you go to the reaction menu, pressing the K key, and make sure you activate the sneak attack and the small button that says ask. You will see the damage is quite decent, both in melee and in ranged. Also please consider, if you're playing in a party, it is very easy to trigger the sneak attack. You only need another party member to be next to the enemy in melee to activate it. Hope you enjoyed the guide, thank you very much for watching and see you in the next one. Adios!